everyone. How are you doing? Hello, 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 business professionals, business owners, self-employed individuals. Hello, hello, hello. As you come on, state your name and your business. If you have a business website, definitely put your business website in the comment area so we can network. All right. So we can network. Go ahead and share the video, press share and tag four amazing business partners. You all, I am super excited about the information that I'm going to be providing to you today. I hope that you had a very, 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 very successful day today if you are in business. So if you could just go ahead and share the video and also sharing some of your networking groups that you may have as well. So that's what we're doing right now. We're going to go ahead and share. And I want you to say new month, new mindset, new concepts. Again, hello, hello, hello. I am Coach Tamara Bell. As you come on, state your name and your business. If you have a business website, go ahead and put it in there. Even if you're watching the replay, go ahead and put your name and your website. If you have one, the name of your business in the comment area, go ahead and press that share button for me and tag four amazing business partners or business friends that you may have into this video. And I want you to say new month, new mindset, new concepts. All right. And also any networking groups that you may be a part of, go ahead and press that share button for me. Thank you so much. Hello, hello, hello again. As you come on, state your name and your business. If you have a business website, go ahead and put that business website in the comment area so that we can definitely network. I believe in networking, and put it in there even if you're watching a replay or the live. Go ahead and put it in there as well. All right. And I'll go ahead and press share and tag four amazing business partners, four amazing business professionals, four amazing business friends. Hello, hello, hello. How are you? How are you, Allison? How are you doing? All right. I want you to do that because we're going to go over some amazing information. When I say amazing, I'm talking about if you missed a live on yesterday, you definitely want to get to that live before tonight is over because that live is coming down. But some great information was going over on last night. And tonight we're getting ready to go over some more information that's going to be very valuable to you and to your business. I want you to put new month, right? New month, new mindset, new concepts. I want you to say that to yourself. It's a new month. I'm coming with a new mindset and new concepts. All right. Again, if you haven't shared the video, go ahead and share the video. Let me know that you shared the video and tag four amazing business friends that talk about business, whether they want to start a business or they are already in business. Go ahead and tag them into this video because the information that's going to be provided is definitely going to be very helpful for them. All right. Awesome, awesome, awesome. Thank you so much, you all, for your support. Thank you for sharing. Thank you for tagging. All right. We have Affordable Elegance by Allison in the building. Again, as you come on, state your name, the name of your business. If you have a website, put that on there as well. All right. Because we want to network. You never know what a person has, right? You may have a problem and someone can solve that problem. All right. Thank you so much for sharing. Thank you so much for sharing. All right, I'm trying to go ahead and get some of some of the people that are a part of my business champion program on. So you may see me tagging some people, and you may want to tag some people as well. All right. All right. Again, as you come on, state your name and your business, the name of your business. Go ahead and state it. If you have a website, put that website down for me. Awesome, awesome, awesome. Because we definitely want to network. We definitely want to network. And if you have not shared the video, share the video. And if you haven't tagged your 4 people, tag your 4 people. That those 4 people that you talk to about business, you want to expand your business. That's what I want you to tag into it. Tag into this video. All right. Let's see here. And we're getting ready to start in just a moment. All right, so we're getting ready to start again. If you haven't stated your name and the name of your business, you want to go ahead and do that at this time. State your name and the name of your business, because you definitely want to network. I hope you guys have had an amazing day today. I hope it's been a great success for you. Great success for you. If you haven't shared, go ahead and share. If you haven't tagged 4 of your business friends, go ahead and tag 4 of your business friends, because I know that this is definitely going to be a blessing for them. All right. I'm going to give them just a few more moments. I'm going to give you a few more moments to be able to do that. All right. To go ahead and bring them in. All right. Awesome. 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 All right, you all. So we're getting ready to dive in. We're getting ready to dive in. And I hope today has been a huge success for you in your business. If it has, I just want you to say, oh, yeah, definitely. Right. All right. So I want you to repeat after me, and I want you to say new month, new mindset, new concepts. I want you to say new month, new mindsets, new concepts. And if you were not on yesterday, if you have something to take notes with, you definitely want to take those notes, whether you're watching the replay or the live. You definitely want to have something to take notes down, and you definitely want to have something where you can write things down, because Habakkuk 2:2, it says, write the vision and make it plain. He who readeth the vision, he who readeth that which was written will run with it, right? And then the vision itself will speak for itself. So there are a lot of things that you're going to want to write down, there are a lot of things that you're going to want to write down and stamp, right? So that you can see that vision become life, become reality. So I'm going to give you just about 30 seconds to grab you something to write down. I know a lot of times people have technology devices like iPads and telephones, cell phones and things of that nature, but you actually want something where you can write it down, because it's something in the power of writing. All right. It's something in that power. So that's what I want you to do. And I'm gonna give you about 30 seconds, right? Just 30 seconds, so that you can do this. And again, if you shared the video, let us know that you shared the video. If you have not put your business, right, definitely put your business. We want to put your business, right? We want you to do that, all right? And if you haven't tagged four amazing business friends, go ahead and do that. All right, so this is our section 2. If you missed the live from yesterday, like I said, you definitely want to go back before this night ends, and go watch it. It was very powerful. It was amazing because it's coming down. All right. The video is coming down, so you definitely want to get that. But tonight, we're going to be talking about some things that's definitely going to be a blessing for you, that's going to be helpful for you and your business. All right. I hope you got your notebook, right, to take your notes and to also write down your affirmations. Write down your decrees and your declares, right? You're decreeing and declaring things into the atmosphere, because God said that you have the ability to do it, and you still can do it when you're in business, believe it or not. I don't know how many people believe that you can speak those things and you can be led and allow God to lead you in your business. Yes, you can, because sometimes God himself, right, through the Holy Spirit, will allow us to have certain attractions. And guess what? People will be drawn to us. Not only will they be drawn to us, but then there will be ideas that the Holy Spirit will give us that will be helpful to our business. Now, I got to tell you this now. These different sessions here, you got to get involved. I need you to get involved. I'm going to need you to talk back to me. All right. And as you think of people, I want you to think about them, boom, and put them on here, tag them in this, because this is going to be very helpful to them. All right. It's going to be very helpful to them. So again, I'm excited. Get ready to take some notes. All right. Get ready to take some notes here. Get ready to take some notes. All right. So the first thing is, if you are just tuning in, I want you to say new month, new mindset, new concepts, new month, right? New mindset, new concepts. I am Coach Tamira Bell, you all, and I am a life and business coach. I focus on business for the most part. I am a pastor as well, but that's ministry. Right now we're dealing with business. And so I want to help you in your business in so many ways, because let me tell you, there are so many people. And if this is you, all I want you to do through the process is say me. Anytime you feel that I'm talking to you, I just want you to put in the comment me, right? All right. So many times we speak things and we say, man, it's nothing for us to do it. We speak that our business is going to be successful. We speak all these positive things, and then reality hits, right? Or being comfortable hits, right? And so we don't really put ourselves in the position or the predicament in order to fulfill the thing that our mouth is speaking. But I want you to say to yourself today, I am getting in alignment with what I'm speaking. All right. I want you to say that I am getting into alignment with what I'm speaking. If you got to write that down, write that down. All right. I want you to put I am, right? So if you got to write that down today, make sure you write it down, because it's power in writing it down. I want you to put I am getting in alignment with what I am speaking. See, I'm not going to tell you something that I'm not going to do myself. So I want you to write that down. I am getting in alignment with what I am speaking. And as you come on, if you haven't stated your name and your business, go ahead and state your name and your business so we can know what you do, right? Because you never know who's on here that may need your service, okay? You never know who needs your service. Okay, so there's some questions that I'm going to ask you. When I ask you these questions, you don't necessarily have to put it in the comment, but you do need to answer this for yourself. Because like I said, today we're going to deal with some information inside of your business, okay? We're going to deal with some information inside of your home. All right. And guess what? So you don't have to necessarily put it in the comment. All right. If you don't want people to know, but I do need you to put it in your atmosphere, in your environment. Okay. So the first question that I want to ask you, and this is the first thing first. This is the first thing first that I need you to understand. Okay. This is the first thing I need you to understand. How many of you want to be successful? If I'm talking to you, just say me or raise your hand. How many of you want to be successful? I want to see who actually wants to be successful that's on here. And make sure you press that share button and tag 4 business friends, all right? How many of you want to be successful? Thank you so much for sharing. Thank you so much for tagging. How many of you want to be successful? I know some of you are like, that's a rhetorical question, right? I'm finna help you. All right, so we got some me's. We got some me's, right? We got some me's coming. Yes, keep it coming. Keep it coming. If you want to be successful, I want you to raise your hand or say me. Come on, that's what I'm talking about. How many of you want to be successful? Now, this is a question that I want you to put, all right, awesome. I'm loving it. I'm loving the communication. All right, so this is a question. I want you to put the answer in the comment, okay? How many of you know, why did you go into business for yourself? If you are a person on here and you went into business for yourself, or you're thinking about going into business for yourself, I want you to put in the comment, why? Why did you decide to go into business for yourself? And like I said, it's going to be a lot of involvement here. I'm not trying to rush everything. So I definitely want to see your comments. I want to see, you know, what you're going to say. I want you to think about this thing because it's going to help you. It's going to be very beneficial for you. Why? What was your reason? Why did you go into business for yourself? All right. We got Allison who says my passion. All right. She said, my passion. Allison, you definitely want to go back and watch the live from last night before we take it down. All right. Anybody else? Why do you want to go in business for yourself, or why did you go into business for yourself? Anybody else? Anybody else? Most people are going to say my passion. A lot of people are going to say because of my passion. I want to do what I love to do. So now, okay. All right. Spain said more time. More time. So you basically wanted more time to yourself, more time with family, right? More time spent, right? All right. Awesome. Anybody else? Okay. Now, what I want you to understand is, and I want you to keep it coming as you answer the question, definitely keep it coming. But this is the thing. All right. So Allison said my passion. Spain G said more time. Okay. So those are 2 great things. Now, do you feel like, and we're going to dive into it, but do you feel like you're receiving the reason you got into business? Do you feel like it? So Allison, do you feel like you have that you're exploring your passion? And Spain, do you feel like you have more time? Do you? All right. Brenda said to be my own boss, gain residual income, leave a legacy for my family. I love that. To be her, Brenda wants to be her own boss. She wants to leave a legacy for her family. She wants residual income. She wants passive income, right? She wants money when she ain't working, right? That's what she wants. That's why she went in business for herself. Okay. All right. So we're going to move it on. All right. So I'm going to ask y'all some questions that you don't have to put in the comment, but I want you to focus on this. Okay. So one of the first questions that, awesome, Allison, I'm glad that you're able to say that you're doing what you're passionate about. All right, now, I want you to ask yourself this question, okay? How much money did you make last month in your business? You don't have to put that in the chat. I mean, some of you can if you don't care what people think, right? But I want you to answer this. Remember, if you don't have a notebook, go grab a notebook so you can take notes, because this is for your business. This is for the success of your business. And if you're new and you're coming in, state your name and the name of your business, right? Because you never know who's on here that needs your service. You never know who's on here that wants your product. So you definitely want to state your name and your business and tag 4 amazing business. What? Partners or friends, right? That can gain some insight from this information. Okay. So how much money did you make last month in your business? Now, I want you to pay attention to the question. I said, how much money did you make last month in your business? Okay. Now, how many of you actually know how much money you made last month in your business? If you do, just raise your hand. Or say me. Just raise your hand or say me. All right, we got another business on here. Awesome, Brittany. Awesome. All right. So if you know how much money you made last month in your business, say me. All right. We got me's coming. Right? Now, the second question I'm going to ask you is, how much money did your business make last month? How much money did your business make last month? If you don't know, don't feel ashamed. Just say, my mindset is shifting. Somebody say, my mindset is shifting. If you know how much money your business made last month, say me. Say me. Raise your hand and say me. If you know how much money your business made last month. And I'm going to get to the point here. But if you know how much money your business made last month, right? I want you to say me, right? Say me. Now, did some of you have the same amount? Did you make the same amount as your business last month? Huh? I'm just asking, right? Did you make the same amount as your business last month? Right? So what you have to understand is, and this is for people that don't know, your business and you are two different people. One of the things that my dad always taught me, and he always taught me this, he said, whenever you own a business, right, you always look at yourself as the employer, okay? You look at it at not the CEO, you look at yourself as the employee. The reason you do that is because it's going to allow you to become disciplined in the area of actually paying yourself, okay? So you'll pay yourself as an employee. So how much money do you want to make an hour, right? So you have to ask yourself those questions. That way you can separate the entity. You have to separate the entity. It's very vital. But a lot of times people go into business and everything that business make, they make, right? They make. And what you got to understand is your business cannot grow that way, okay? It's going to be very difficult. It's going to be very difficult for your business to grow if you are paying yourself everything your business is making. Okay, it's going to be difficult. And one of the reasons it's going to be difficult for your business to grow is because, believe it or not, you're really operating your business more like a person that's in network marketing. Because when they're in network marketing, you know, of course, everything that they're getting paid, that the company that they're working for, right, is paying them so they can spend it however. So you're not really orchestrating your company like the business that you used to work for, right, in corporate America. Well, when you go into business for yourself, the whole purpose of you going into business for yourself is not so that you can stay on the main floor, right? But you want to actually make it to the penthouse. How many of you want to make it to the penthouse in business? You want to make it to the penthouse in business, but you don't want to stay on the first floor. You don't want to stay on the main floor, right? You want to make it to the penthouse, right? So that means you don't want to remain self-employed, but you want to become what? A business owner. A lot of times, like I said on the live yesterday, a lot of times people think that because they're self-employed, they're a business owner. You're not a business owner until you start writing checks. You're not a business owner until you start hiring people, okay? Business owners do not have to necessarily go into work, okay? They can make a decision to go into work. They have ownership of their business. When you are self-employed, you own a job. So that means you only make money when you work. You only make money when you work. But guess what? That ain't even true. You only make money when money comes in. Because how many of you can relate to this? You work, you bust your tail, and no revenue came in. And if no revenue came in, you did not make any money, right? That's the thing. That's the risk with being self-employed. When you're self-employed, you're taking that risk that even if I work 12 hours today, even if I work 8 hours today, if my business does not make money today, watch this, I can't make any money. Then another thing, when you're going into business self-employed, this is what makes it a risk, all right? You need to understand this. If your business do make money, the expenses are the first thing paid out. Okay, they are the first thing paid out. So what am I saying? What I'm saying is, if you have overhead, right? If you have a building, if you have products that you have to pay for, right? You have to use that money to pay for that first before you can even pay yourself, right? So therefore, that's what makes you self-employed, because guess what? You only get paid. It's say you only get paid when you work, but you really only get paid when your business brings in money, right? Now, when you are a business owner, you have people working for you. That is a great thing. Why? Because at that point, now, one, let me tell you, one is good. But how many of you heard the scripture? One can reach 1,000, two can reach, hello, come on now. It's the same concept in business. The more people you have on your team, the more productive your business will become. And so you have to be willing to say, you know what? I got to be willing to transition from self-employed to business owner, because that's where my money is. That's where I will gain more profit. Okay. So like I said, as you come on, make sure you state your name and your business. If you got a website, put that as well. Share the video and tag 4 amazing business friends. All right. Now, so you got that. So you know how much money you made last month. All right. That's your business. You make sure you write it down in your notes, how much money you made last month. Now, you know how much your business made last month, right? I want you to write that down too. Write that down too. Okay. Now, how much money did you spend on your expenses last month? How much money did you spend on your expenses last month? Some of you can just pull out your expense book, boom, and give the answer. Some of you, you don't have an expense book. So you're like, okay, I gotta calculate some stuff, right? I want you to say to yourself, after today, I'm going to have an expense book. I'm going to have a stats. I call it a stat book. And I'm going to show y'all that later when I share my screen, because I want to show you that, like I told you yesterday, I can relate the sport of basketball so very well with business. Okay. So in basketball, we have stats. Okay. And those stats are broken down. So it's very important. It's very important that you have a stat book. Okay. It's very important that you have a stat book. Now, Allison said too much. I mean, you spent too much on expenses. All right. Now, the question you have to ask yourself is, why were your expenses so high? Why were your expenses so high? That's a question you ask yourself. And you know, why were your expenses so high? And how can you minimize it? Okay. How can you minimize your expenses, right? How can you minimize it? Let me tell you, expenses in a business is a good thing. It's a good thing if the expenses, that the money that you're paying toward expenses is beneficial to the profit in your business. I'm gonna say that again. Expenses in business are good as long as it is beneficial to the profit in your business. That means it has to be the reason profit is entering into your business. Sometimes we see stuff and we just buy it for no reason. This is another thing. I'm going to help some of you. Can I help you? And if it help you, I just want you to say, you just helped me, girl. Okay. Now, this is the thing. Some people have expenses when it comes to business because they are drawn to what they like and not what the people like. Okay. Now you have to understand something. You may want to be, oh, that's a good one, Allison. We may need to talk. Okay. Now, you may like a certain thing. You may like a certain product, right? But I always say do surveys, because you need to know what the majority would pay for, not what you would pay for. Okay. You need to know what the majority would pay for, not what you would pay for, because you do not want to be your only client. And what I've learned from coaching and from experience is that sometimes people will actually buy what they like instead of what the majority like. And so it causes those items, those products to sit on the shelf because they were more focused on what they like. When you're in business, it's not about what you like. It's about what the majority likes. And that's why surveys are very important. We are living in a social media world right now. So because we're living in a social media world, you can easily put on your timeline, put on Instagram, which do you like best, just to see the response of the majority. Why? Because you want to gain your clientele, build your clientele, and you want something that people will actually pay for. Okay. You want something that people will actually pay for. I want you to say it to yourself. I want to have products that people will actually pay for. Okay. All right. Awesome. Okay. Now, when Allison said they asked for things I didn't have. Oh, we got to talk, because I can show you exactly how to do that and lower your expenses, right? Lower your expenses. Okay. Now, how much money did your business lose last month? Now, I hope you're writing all this down, because it's for your gain, it's for your good, right? How much money did your business lose last month? Now, when it comes to that, how much money did your business lose? All the expenses, right? Anything you paid out in expenses, your business lost. It lost that. So after you realize how much money your business lost last month, right? Now I want you to ask yourself, how much did your business profit? Now, if your business profited anything after paying expenses, and those expenses include paying you, because when you're on payroll, payroll is an expense. You can write that off, okay? You can write payroll off. So if you had a profit after the expenses were paid, including payroll, right? I want you to say me. I want you to raise your hand and say me. I had a profit, right? If you did, all I want you to do is say yes, 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 right? Yes, yes. Good job, right? It may not have been the profit you desire. Some people profit may only be $5, some people 500, some people 5,000, some people 50,000, right? Right. But you need a profit because you are in business for profit, okay? You're in business for profit. I'm gonna say that again. You're in business for profit, okay? You're not in business to lose, you're in business to win. And in order to win, there has to be profit. There has to be profit, okay? Now, awesome. We got some me's. That's amazing. Now, the last question I'm gonna ask you before we dive in, like I said, this is for you, right? And I still got some more questions, but this is the last one on the business side. How many new clients or customers did you gain last month? And if you are comfortable saying it, because we're all in different industries. So in some industries, 2 clients is good in 1 month. Some industries, 15 clients is good in 1 month. So if you gain any new clients or customers last month, I want you to put in the comment the number that you gained, the number of clients, the number of customers that you gained, new customers or clients. How many new clients or customers did you gain last month? And I if you don't mind sharing that, I just want you to put that in comment, right? Because that's part of your stats. All right, Brittany said 4. Awesome. Give it up for Brittany, right? Give it up for her. 4 new clients. That's great, right? That's an accomplishment. Allison said 5. That's what I'm talking about, right? 5. Now, you know how many clients you brought in, but I don't know how many hours you worked. You know, I don't know how many hours you worked. I don't know how much advertisement you put in your business. I don't know none of that, right? But did you set a goal at the beginning of the month of how many new clients you would have? Stats are very important, you guys. Stats are very important in business. So at the beginning of the month, you need to know, right, what you're trying to accomplish. If you don't know, you're just winging it. So you need to know, all right? Now, let's go personal for a minute, okay? And see, okay, I love your honesty. She said, no, I didn't. Let me tell you, you got to set it. Because if you don't, you're winging it. And even though 5 clients, 4 clients are good, if you set a commitment, it's the law of attraction. You get what I'm saying? You know how we speak affirmations into the atmosphere. We speak those things as though they already are. So you got to speak those things. That's why I don't say goals. I say accomplishments. What accomplishments did you set at the beginning of the month? Why? Because at that point, how will you know how to work every week if you don't have stats, if you don't have accomplishments that you're going after, right? I call it accomplishment. People call it goals. Okay. So when you hear accomplishments, I'm referring to goals. All right. So it's like, how will you know how to work every week? Because the thing is, your time is valuable. Somebody say my time is valuable. Your time is so valuable. And guess what? Your time has a price on it. It has a price on it. But that price is up to you when you own a business, whether it's $20 an hour, $50 an hour, or $100 an hour. It's up to you when you have a business. Your time is valuable. Okay. Now, on the personal standpoint, now we're going to get a little personal here. Okay. Now I've asked y'all about your business. Now I'm going to ask you about your personal life. Okay. Again, I'm going to ask you, how much money did you make last month? Now, this time I'm not talking about in your business. I'm talking about personally. So you can have multiple streams of income. You can still work a job, right? I want you to ask yourself, how much money did you make last month? You know, that's for you to know, not for me to know, right? Okay. Now, how much did you profit from the amount you made last month? You gained last month. How much did you profit? How would you know, right? What you would do is you would actually take the amount that you spent on personal expenses, okay? And you would deduct that from the amount that you made last month. Now, after you do that, how much did you profit? A lot of people may be in the negative, right? Because there are expenses that ain't paid for, right? They're really right, they're borderline, because once they spend all their money, they don't have anything else. I want you to start focusing personally on gaining a profit in your personal account. That means having money left over that you may can invest, that you may can save, open up different investment accounts on the sake of your family. Do that, because I'm telling you now, that will be one of the best things that you do. Have money working for you. My dad has always told me that whatever you do, you need to have money working for you. Okay? Does that make sense? All right, Brenda says, I want 10 new business partners by the 1st of July. Come on now. You can do it. How do I know you can do it? I'm in the insurance industry. Many people know that I'm a part of Primerica. I don't recruit at the moment because I'm doing other things. But when I was a recruiter, the most I probably recruited in 1 month was over 30 some people. And that was by myself. So it's possible. Okay. It's possible. Now, as a team, the most my team and I have recruited in 1 month is probably almost 100 people. So because of that, right, I know it's possible. You can do it. But it's what you put into your, it's what you decide to do. It's how you got to have a strategy. Okay. Strategy is very important. Okay. Strategy is all about strategy. Okay. Now that we've gone over that, okay, this is what I need you to understand. The questions are here for you. They're not here for me. A lot of times people do not ask enough questions in their business. They just start working. If you want your business to be successful, you have to start the month off a certain kind of way. You got to have a plan. I said it yesterday on the live. If you fail to plan, then you plan to fail. So if you don't have a plan for your business every single month, then you're setting your business up to fail every single month. You have to have a plan for your business. You have to know how many sales you need, okay? You have to know that. Right now, many of you want to make, most of you, I'm going to say all of you, right, want to make more money than you're making right now, right? Right. Now, I know Allison said what she does for passion. Now, this is the thing. Passion does not always equal profit, because I can do what I'm passionate about and not make $1. When you go into business for yourself, it's not necessarily about you doing what you're passionate about inside of the career, inside of the job. It's more so about you doing what you're passionate about outside of the job. And a lot of times what happens is when people remain self-employed, they become workaholics. They have to work to keep up with their life that they have. Now, my husband and I, we are both business owners. Since we've known each other, since we've met, we've been business owners. So, a lot of times when people are married, one spouse is the one working in corporate. The other one, if they want to own a business, they can. Well, since me and my husband are married, we both own businesses. That's what we do. So we take a risk every day, right? We take a risk every single day, right? And the thing is, there's so much that we have to learn, and we have to learn fast in order to stay afloat, right? In order to maintain the lifestyle that we desire, and in order to build the lifestyle that we desire. So there has to be a plan every single month. And that plan is not to stay the same. It's not to stay the same. And excuse my son, you all, but it's not to stay the same. And so what you have to make up in your mind and to yourself is say, is this the best I can do? Is this my best? Because if it's not your best, then there are better ways that you can make more money. And see, this is the thing. A lot of times when people go in business for themselves, they work a lot of hours that, people say you got to work 60 hours a week, right? You got to work some intense hours when you're working for yourself, right? No, you have to work smart. You have to work smart. The reason a lot of people that own a business or they're self-employed work so many hours is because they don't know the power of team. They don't know the power of team. And so, and a lot of times they're doing what they're passionate about. I talked about this yesterday. They do what they're passionate about. And because of that, they don't want to include other people. I used to think it's because they don't want to pay out. But the truth is, if you build your team, your business is going to make more money anyway. So you will have the opportunity to pay out. The problem is when you're really passionate about something, you don't want to give your baby away. You don't want to give your baby away. You feel like somebody's not going to do it right. Well, that's why you check resumes. The same way corporate America check resumes. When you're applying for a job, they ask for a resume. You do that. And guess what? You put the resume to test by testing them. Right? You don't just hire people because they're a family member, because they're a friend. You hire people because of their credentials. Their credentials. And if you respect your business enough, right, you're going to hire people based on credentials. What you have to do is put standards on your business. Standards on your business. You cannot be your only standard. Not if you want your business to succeed. And I know some of you say you wanted to make residual income in your business. Well, if you want to make residual income in your business, you're going to have to hire people. Because residual income means that your money is making money for you. And so in order for your business to make money, you got to have people working it. How many people are working your business? How many people? And that's something you got to ask yourself. And do you even want that? Because if not, guess what? You can't build a legacy by yourself. So that means when you die, your business die. You don't want that. I hope that's not why you went into business. So you can start it and the minute you leave, it's gone. No, you want to start a business that even when you're gone from the earth, the business is still planted in the earth and it's still prospering. Hello, McDonald's, KFC, Subway, it's still prospering, right? It's still prospering. And come on now, Apple is still prospering because you got to be willing to say, you know what, I can't do this by myself. I even use the gospel of Jesus Christ. It's still prospering. Why? Because even Jesus himself knew the importance of a team. Even Jesus himself knew that I had to teach what he knew to others so that it could remain in the earth even after he fulfilled purpose. Come on now. So you want the same thing in your business. You want the same thing in your business because if not, you're going to be one of those businesses that you were up today, 5 years from now, where are you? Okay. Awesome. That's what I'm talking about. A team is very vital and important. It's just, it is. Okay. It is important. I need you to understand that. Okay. So we are in the month of June. We are in a new month. I want you to say new month, new mindset, new concepts, right? And if you haven't shared the video, share the video. If you haven't tagged 4 business friends, tag those 4 business friends. All right. Now, this is the thing. I need you to ask yourself, what were some of the things you did last month to increase your sales? What were some of the things? Or maybe you didn't do anything to increase your sales. But if you did, what were some of the things that you did? And then after you ask yourself that question, I want you to ask yourself, how well did it work for you? Okay. And the same person does the same thing over and over again and expect a different result, right? Okay. You're not insane. We're going to say you're sane. Okay. So therefore, boom, you're going to have to what? Change up some things if it's not working. Okay. And how do you do that? Stats. Stats show you what changes need to be made. Okay. Stats. That's what they do. They show you these things. Okay. Now, after you evaluate what you did last month to increase your sales, right? What are you going to do differently this month that did not work last month? If it did not work last month, or it hasn't worked for since this year started, throw it in the trash. Okay. Just dump it in the trash now. Okay. And think about what are you going to do differently this month to get a better result? Okay. What are you going to do different? Somebody saying, I'm going to do something different so that I can have something different. Okay. Now, if you haven't done this already, I want you to do it now. How much money do you want to make this month? So I want you to write it down. If it's 5,000, if it's 10,000, if it's 20,000, I want you to write it down. Write it down where you're taking your notes, write it down. And I want you to say, and put how much money you actually want to make this month. Okay. So and when you do that, I want you to put, I am going to make blank the amount, of course, that you put for the month of June 2021. You got to be specific. I believe in that. Okay. So how much money do you want to make in the month of June? All right. And then I want you to write it down, right? And say, I am going to make the amount you said this month of June 2021. I want you to write it down. Again, the Bible says, write the vision and make it plain. He who read it will run with it. And the vision itself will speak for itself. The vision will speak. The vision will come to life. You ain't got to bring the vision to life. All you got to do is run with it. Okay? Now, if you really want to make the amount that you said this month, okay, what I want you to do is a link on this video. All I want you to do is schedule a one-on-one so that we can develop your plan of action. Why? Because you just told me what your scoreboard, well, you just told yourself, because I don't know. You just told yourself what your scoreboard has to be at the end of this month. You did. I didn't say it. You did. Your scoreboard. So in order for you to reach that number that you want on your scoreboard, guess what? You got to have a plan of action. You got to have some plays written out, right? And then you got to put those plays into action so that you can win the game, so that your scoreboard at the end of the month can read the amount that you said you wanted to make at the end of June, not 2022, not 2024, but 2021. That's what you said. I didn't say it. All right. I didn't say it. What will help you? And I'm glad somebody was bold enough to put it out there. The number they wanted to make, right? What's going to help you make that amount is you have to be realistic with yourself, and you got to look at your previous stats. You have to look at your previous stats. How much did you make last month? So how much more do you have to sell, right, to make that? All right. How much more do you have to sell to make that? Okay. Now, many of you know, outside of coaching, I have a production company. I have a graphic design business, right? And so one of the things that we have added to it is something that I use in the business. I use it, and it's a stats. It's a stats booklet. I use a stats booklet. I'm going to show you this. I'm going to show it to you very fast, right? This is how we keep up with everything with our reps. Everything that we have, people that deal with my customer service for me, all of that. And the thing I love about social media, they do not have to be in the same location as me to work my business. They do not have to be in the same location as me to work for me. I love social media. And because I focus on the graphic design, and let me tell you something, that is not my passion. Okay. When I went into the graphic design industry in 2015, I was at work in corporate America. Now, you got to understand, if you do not know my story in corporate America, I'm going to go ahead and tell you. I come from an entrepreneurship background. Okay. My dad owned about 7 businesses growing up. I started to do payroll at the age of 15 years old because he trusted me with money. That's just it. Because of my dad, I've counted between $20,000 to $50,000 cash money. Why? Because anytime he did a DJing gig, anytime he did an old school party, I was the one that collected the money. I was the one that was around the security and had to count the money. And during that time, my dad had a big name for himself. You know, I don't keep up with my dad anymore. You know, I got my own life right now. Okay, but I would do payroll, and in doing payroll for my dad, I was writing checks between 1,000, sometimes 400, all the way to like 15,000. At the most was with the trucking company that he had. So I did payroll for him, right? And so in the process of doing that, I would, when I wasn't in school, I would open and close some of the stores, right? And I'm like, it's time for me to get paid. Well, I didn't do payroll for myself. My dad did payroll for me, right? Boom. So he pays me $80 every time it's time to get paid. And I was like, Dad, why are you paying me $80? And he said, because I already took the expenses out. Now he's talking to me like I'm slow, like I'm stupid, like I'm dumb, like I don't know money, right? Even though I'm so young, right? But the thing is, I'm the one that's doing payroll. I'm doing just as much as work as everybody else, right? And I'm like, expenses, I live with my mama. My mom and my dad have never been married, okay? So therefore, I live with my mama. I don't live with you. So what expenses are you talking about, right? So guess what? I did not realize that my dad was teaching me how to never want to work for a person a day of my life, because that's what he made me feel. I will never work for a person a day of my life. That's how I felt, because I felt used. And a lot of times when you're working for people, you feel used, you feel abused. Why? Because you're working all those hours and you're getting paid change. Come on now, right? So what happened was I went to corporate America after getting my master's degree. So I decided to go into corporate America in 2014. When I went into corporate America in 2014, let me tell you about me. I walked into an industry that I had no experience in, and I was, it was how should I say it, a predominantly white industry, okay? So it was only a few of us that were actually African-American that actually worked for the company. And I was actually one of the youngest that worked. The majority in age is probably 40 and up that worked for this particular company. Now, so when I walked in, I observed and everything, and I sat down, got the job and stuff like that. But then I got to know the people I was working with, and I was bold enough to say my training was 90 days. After my training, I'm going to be our manager. And they laughed at me, of course. They said, you're crazy, because we've been here for years. We've been in this industry for years, and you're telling us you're going to come in and be the manager. Well, what I did was my mouth said it, but my actions spoke it. Okay. I'm going to say that. My mouth said it, but my actions spoke it. So what I did was I learned everything about the industry, everything. I soaked it up. And guess what? I walked in that thing as if I was a manager. On my 90th day, which was my last day of training, the general manager at the time pulled me to the back, and he said, it was store manager, pulled me to the back and said, tomorrow you're going to be a manager. Wow, that's the 91st day, right? But what I realized was I can speak anything into the atmosphere, but it's the minute that my actions start doing the speaking, that then I will see the power of what has been spoken manifest in the earth, okay? The minute my actions add up with what I'm speaking, right? That's when I will begin to see what I have spoken hit the earth, right? And so that's what happened. Well, what I did not know was the position that they gave me. They were training me to have my own store in North Carolina. Well, I already knew my future. I knew that I only took this career to move, because I was like, I'm not going to stay home, because when I graduated with my undergrad, I moved back home, started my own business, downtown area, where I'm from. That's what I did. Well, I felt like in my spirit, I was beginning to be stuck, because I went through the process. I ended up getting my first home. And so in the process of doing that, I realized I'm gonna mess around and get stuck in my hometown, right? And so after a year and some, right, I was like, I have to leave. I have to get out of here, right? So I was like, the only way I can do that and still live the life that I desire, right? I have to be willing to get a job. I have to go into corporate America. So that's what I did. Now, I knew it was only temporary for me to get on my feet, do what I got to do, right? So that's what I did. I knew I wasn't going to be there, right? So once I found out that they were training me to have my own store in North Carolina, I pulled Chad to the side, which was the store manager, and I said, look, demote me now. And he was like, demote you? I've never had anybody ask for a demotion. I said, I already know the plans that the Lord has for me. I already know my future. This ain't it. So I ain't going to waste your time, and I'm not going to waste my time. So he demoted me. He asked me, well, who do you think should get the position? I told him that's who he gave it to. Now, After doing all of that, right? 2 weeks later, I was gone. I gave my 2 weeks notice. Like I was like, I'm out of here. Boom, I'm gone. Right. And so I left. And then what happened was I ended up, okay, in the process of that, I was like, God, what am I going to do? Like, what am I going to do? Right? Like, how am I going to do this? What am I going to do? And God said, graphic design. I've already trained you. I had been doing it for a church for like 3 years. 3 years. Never thought about it as a business. I was only doing it until a graphic designer came in for the church. So I would do it. And so I was like, really, really? And what I realized was it was a need. It was a need because the social media platform was really growing. A lot of people was going into digital designs, And so I went into the area where money could be produced. I went into the area where problems could be solved. I went into the area where it would never die. The reason it won't die is because social media is expanding. Right. So that's the industry I decided to go in. I didn't focus on my passion. I focused more so on profit. What will give me profit so that, guess what? I don't, I can still maintain the lifestyle that I desire. And so that's exactly what I did. And because I went into that industry, the expenses were very low because everything is done basically on a computer, right? And with different programs. So the expense was very low. I could do it from home and things of that nature. And that is exactly what I did in 2015. But in the process of doing that, I established my business plan in that arena. Why? Because I knew this is not something that I see myself doing for the rest of my life, only because I am determined to start businesses, create jobs. That's all I want to do in business. I want to create jobs and start businesses, right? So that's what I do. Now, in the process of all of that, the coaching came about when people was like, you really need to be a coach because the information But what I've learned is I like coaching. I love coaching. Why do I love coaching? Because I get to see people transition in their vision, transition in their business, right? And so what you're going to begin to understand is as you begin to break these different things down, and you learn more about yourself, you're really going to learn, right? You're going to learn like what it is that you really love to do. But that doesn't mean you don't have to do your business. But if you don't set your business up to be a business instead of self-employed, you're going to mess around and you're going to have to close down your business because you don't have any employees. You don't want your business to close. You want your business to continue to produce money while you're working something else. All right. Did that make sense? Did I just help somebody? I hope I did. So I'm going to share. Let me see if I can pull this off. All right. So I'm going to share my screen right quick because I want to show you something that I use in my business to keep up with my monthly stats. And I give to the ones that work customer service for me, the ones that are reps for me, even other designers for me. I give it to them so I can keep up with everything so that, I'm just going to be real. I think for me, the hardest thing is coming up with that person who can actually, deal with the expenses. I have a company that I use through my bank that does everything for me. And that's something you definitely want to do too. Go through your bank because I have a company I use through the bank. And I remember I had posted on social media, I'm looking for somebody that can help me in the area of finances, accounting, and things like that. Well, I have a strong relationship with people at the bank. I learned that from a coach. Gain relationships with people that you bank from, right? And so that's what I did. So one of the ladies that I have a relationship with, she saw my post and she called me. She said, "What are you doing?" She said, "What are you doing?" She said, "We do that, right? Just go through us because then you'll know it's done the right way." So that's what I did. They do payroll for me. They do. They have all my information for my taxes. They do all of those things. I love it. I absolutely love it. I recommend it. I'm just saying, recommend it. Just ask your bank about it. All right. So what I'm getting ready to show you here is something that helps me keep up with, my stuff. I call it. Let's see if it's going to share it here. I want to make sure it shares it. I call it BDP 2021 monthly stats. I believe in stats. That's just me. You got to have stats. Okay. So if you notice here, and it's kind of big, but oh well, right? All right. So you notice here, I'm going to try to scroll here. Oh God. All right. So um, this one has weekly sales. These are my weekly sales. And it breaks down for me, the rep who takes the sale, things of that nature, boom, 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 which one it is to keep up with everything. And it keeps going, it keeps going, it keeps going, it keeps going, keep going, different items here, whatever the item is that may be in your business, of course. But then I want to get down to this part, which is the monthly expenses, right? And so you put the monthly expenses here. Now, this is the PDF form of this, right? But of course, I got a file where I can actually put it in on the computer, and I got time for that. But at the same time, you may be a person that like to write it down. Of course, you can use PDF to write it down, right? And so these are my monthly expenses. Then I go down to the end of the month, right? Once I get to the end of the month, I'll total everything up that was sold, miscellaneous, doesn't matter, boom, boom, boom. But if you notice in this circle area here, I have my monthly commitment. Monthly commitment is so important to me, like, because at that point you see why that means either I hit it or I didn't hit it. Okay, I didn't hit the monthly commitment, or I did hit the monthly commitment, right? And so at that point, I'll know how to plan the next month. Does that make sense? I'll know how to plan the next month. Okay. Now that's just for my graphic design business. Like I said, it's very simple, right? Very simple, but you may not have one and you want one. Guess what? My company can do one for you. If that's what you want, you want a stat booklet, boom, we can design that for you. All you gotta do is inbox us on our page. All right. But this is the thing I want you to understand here. I need to know how to plan for the next month. And in order for me to know how to plan for the next month, I have to know what happened the month before. Okay. So somebody said they want to make $3,000. Well, how much money did you make last month? Based off the amount that you made last month, you'll know exactly how many sales you got to make the next month to hit that number. Okay. Okay. You have to know, like, for real, what to make that next month. Okay. Sometimes you may even want to be one that rolls it over. So if you didn't meet it, like if you hit 25, like say for instance, last month was 2,000 and you ended up hitting 1,500, you roll it over and say, okay, I got to make 3,500 to make up for the last month. Stats are very important if you want your business to be successful. Okay. So planning is so important. So you all, I just wanted to get on here today because it's the beginning of the month. And I want you to reach your commitment. I want you to see it come to life. I want you to see it become reality. I want you to see your business really expand. Why? Because you can do it. I know you can do it. I know you're able to do it, right? So you all, if you have not registered for the Business Champion, we are starting next week. So you all that have already registered, we start next week. Go ahead. So any questions that you have from the videos that you're watching, have those questions ready, because the sessions are going to be for you and it's more specific and it's more drawn to you and your business. So whatever question you have it. But during the Business Champion program from June and July, we will be orchestrating the business plan, your business plan. So if you have not registered for the Business Champion, click that link above so you can register. Pick the one that is best for you. If you're like, I don't want to do the Business Champion right now, but I do want to schedule a one-on-one, click the other link and schedule a one-on-one 30-minute or hour session. It's your choice. It's your choice. All right. If you're watching and you're currently a part of the Freedom Experience, inbox me. All right. Awesome. Now, you all, I'm Coach Tamira Bell. I hope this helped you. If it helped you, say, you helped me, girl. You helped me, girl. All right. If it helped you, put, you helped me, girl. All right. And I want you to take this information and really let your business take off. Okay. If you're looking for a business coach, click the link above so we can schedule something for you so that your business can get to the next level. All right. So your business can get to the next level, because that's what you want. You want your business to get to the next level. Come on now. You want to get to the next level. So, but for real, if you do not have a business plan, listen to me very carefully, and you want to be successful in business, you need to register. for the business champion. Register for the one that you can afford, the sessions that you can afford, right? But you want to register for the business champion so that you can do your business plan in the next 2 months. Why? Because without a plan, how can it prosper the way you desire for it to prosper? You're going to thank me that you did a business plan. All right. Now, you all, I am Coach Tamira Bell. Make sure you click the link. Make sure you share the video and tag 4 amazing business friends that you have in this video, because I believe it's your time, it's your turn, and it's your season. I want you to say it's a new month, new mindset, new concepts. You all make sure you go ahead and tag them, because this video is coming down. If you did not watch the first video from yesterday, you may want to go watch it, because it's coming down in a couple hours. All right. You all have a blessed night. I thank God for each and every one of you. I speak, decree, and declare that this is your winning season. Your business, you're going to win. You are a winner. You was chosen for this. You all have a blessed night.